an older gentleman walked up who was maybe in his late 60s, early 70s, and he asked if we were connected with this water source. This started with the idea of giving our daughter Ashley a graduation gift.
We have a lot of things here, so this was something very different.
You know, why give another handbag or some basic everyday gift? Let's give something that's impactful and something that we could all kind of rally around.
So we decided that we were going to gift her a well and let her name it.
There's such a misunderstanding in Africa around the AIDS epidemic, specifically around the fact that anybody who's sick thinks they have AIDS. And a large proportion of these issues they're dealing with are waterborne illnesses.
One of the most basic needs is missing for the people of Africa.
This experience for us was a huge mind shift in kind of taking down geographical borders.
The world is moving in a global way, but you're missing that if you just want to stay here.
And when you go outside those, you can stretch your mind a little bit. And when we did that, we saw what real need was. I started in a very similar spot, and that I think where there's tremendous need in your own community to support endeavors that prop the community up. How do we now take the resources that we feel blessed with and that we choose to share with others, and how do we take a more blended approach to spreading those amongst need outside our own borders and then within our own community at the same time? You know, there was so much thought we had going on the trip around how our society's organized.
Wow, in a lot of ways I felt like I stepped back in time. Like, this was so unbelievable to me.
Kind of reflect on that you're just a beneficiary of these things. Security, sewer systems, access to water, shelter, and then to really roll in and just see the tangible need of water.
How big of a problem this really is, but yet how normal of a problem it is for them.
And when you put that in an area, just how it changes their daily life experience. There was a depth to that when I had signed up to put a well in, I really didn't understand how impactful that was on these people's daily lives.
An older man who had lived in that village for a really long time and had said that they had been praying for somebody to bring them water.
And he asked if we were connected with this water source. And he went on to talk to us for about 30 minutes about how this well had been answered prayer, that he had been praying for 20 years for clean water to be brought to his community. And we got the gift of answering this prayer. And then to hear him talk about to our kids how impactful that was, that people had foresight to try to help people on the other side of the world, that we are one big human community. It was just neat to see the connection points that we didn't expect to see when he walked up and told the story. The first step in propping people up is to really help them cover their basic needs.
I can't imagine the constant fear of what's next. Entire villages being completely sick all the time. You know, we get a stomach bug and it's gone in 24 hours. Like, living with this every day, all day, never knowing if it's going to go away.
We're simply trying to help people access what's right below their feet by removing this barrier, which is so easy and so affordable and has such a high return on investment. We're really just empowering them to build and to expose talents that were hidden behind hours a day devoted to a task that we were able to remove very quickly. We all have the same desires, and I think we have this deep desire to connect as a human race.
Remove your boundaries, take down the walls. We're all one people.
Why wouldn't we start now? We have to advocate on behalf of the difference this is making in a community of generous people we already know, to really just help them feel the difference this makes in these kids' lives.
Imagine a world where everyone has water.
Imagine a world where everyone has hope.
Imagine your legacy changing the world.